Sociology is the scientific study of human behavior in society. A sociologist's job is to understand and explain what and how people do what they do and how society is organized. Oh, hello! Nice to see you again, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Frank Zhu, and I'm a college professor teaching sociology, history, and philosophy. I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer. In my hand is my published book, 222 Sociology Questions and Answers. So today, let's talk sociology. To understand and explain human behavior and society, both of which, by the way, are extremely complicated, we sociologists have received special training and developed what we call the sociological perspective. A perspective is a way of looking at and seeing or interpreting something. To have a perspective, therefore, is to look at something in a particular way so that you can see it more clearly. When we talk about the sociological perspective, we are referring to the particular way in which we sociologists, as opposed to non-sociologists, try to understand human behavior in society. Of course, when I say we sociologists, I'm not saying that all sociologists will look at the world from exactly the same viewpoint. Neither am I saying that there is only one perspective. What I am saying is that all sociologists have received special training and can see what ordinary people usually do not see. Now, you may ask, I want to look at and see the world as a sociologist does. How do I develop the sociological perspective? Well, it begins with as simple a thing as watching people and wondering about how his or her behavior is influenced by other people and society in general. You start your sociological training by curiously observing people and their behavior. Then you convert this curiosity into the systematic study of how society influences different people's experience within it. In my opinion, the sociological perspective was best explained by C. Wright Mills, one of the most famous American sociologists. In his classic book, The Sociological Imagination, he writes, "The sociological imagination or perspective enables us to grasp the connection between history and biography." Here, history refers to society's historical background, how it came to be and how it is changing. Biography refers to the individual's specific experiences within this broad background. In other words, the sociological imagination gives us the ability to look beyond our personality and local environment to a wider social structure. It allows us to see how our personal experiences influence and are influenced by existing social arrangements. Mills illustrates the sociological perspective by pointing out the distinction between troubles and issues. Troubles, according to him, are privately felt problems which stem from one individual's personal life. Issues, on the other hand, affect large numbers of people because they originate from the institutional arrangements and history of a society. For example, if one person is out of work, this could be seen as his or her personal trouble. Any effort to help with the trouble would focus on the individual. If, however, 1 million or more people are out of work, that is a social problem, social issue, which requires a social solution. In this way, the sociological perspective helps sociologists see the link between troubles and issues. To further explain how you can develop the sociological perspective, let me use a phrase: seeing the general in the particular. What it means is that sociologists identify general patterns by looking at the behavior of a particular people. This phrase is based on the fact that society influences all its members, even though each individual is unique. It requires you to recognize broad social patterns and trends which are reflected and expressed in individual behavior and experiences. It emphasizes how personal experiences are shaped by larger societal forces. By observing individual actions, sociologists aim to identify and understand the underlying social structures and influences that contribute to those actions. Let me give you an example to illustrate the point. Suppose you see a homeless person one day in New York City. Instead of seeing him as a homeless person and take it for granted, you should ask yourself questions like these. Is he the only homeless person I have seen today? Did I see more homeless people yesterday? What about the last month, last year? Does it have to do with the recent welfare policy changes in the city? The point is, you should consider how poverty in an individual is shaped by systematic issues like unequal access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. In one word, never take things for granted. Yes, that's the key to developing the sociological perspective. Never take things for granted. Well, I think that is all for today's short video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.